one in the NFL better than me.
We're back with another Studs and Duds coming into week 3. It's going to be a fun time. I'm back here with the quarterbacks and wide receivers. Wes has the running backs and the tight ends. It's going to be a fun time. I'm going to talk about them. I'm just going to jump in. Here we go. I'm excited. Please. Stud quarterback for week 3. Don't be afraid. Roll him out. It's Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty, the real Slim Shady coming into this season, apparently. Or the real Slim Shitty in week 1.
Oh, we absolutely got him, dude.
Got him, dude. Anyways, but guess what? He gets the Washington Commanders this week. The offseason rust is falling off. Obviously, we've talked about it. It's been a weird offseason in Cincinnati. It sounds like Jamar Chase is less kind of pissed off at the team right now and is like, we've heard reports he's, you know what? I'll wait on my contract. It's all good. Like, I'll just come play. I'll come do my thing. Offseason rust falling off, though. Scored over 20 fantasy points against Kansas City Chiefs. He gets the Washington Commanders, who Daniel Jones and Baker Mayfield were both top 6 quarterbacks against. And he should have T. Higgins back, and it's on primetime on Monday night. So it should be a good showing there for Joe Burrow. I'm in a league where Joe Burrow got dropped, and I have Kyler Murray. So I'm like, I already know, like, I'm starting Kyler Murray, but like, I can't wait to sell high on Joe Burrow. Like after this week, it's going to be a blast. I can't wait to get a key skill flex player. My quarterback dud, Dak Prescott against the Baltimore Ravens. I'm out, man. I'm out this week. Less than 15 fantasy points in each game so far for Dak. Baltimore is averaging just 16 points a game to quarterbacks. I'm not concerned for the long term. Don't get me wrong. He averaged less than 14 points per game over the first 5 weeks last year. But when he hit, it went like wildfire. And he was like a top 3 quarterback, like 7 of the next 8 games. Like, he was just absolutely phenomenal the rest of the year. So it's not going to happen this week. He's going to have another down week. But I don't know what it is about the Cowboys. Dak takes a little bit of time to warm up, so it seems, and I'm not trusting him to get hot this week. So he's my quarterback dud for week 3.
Fantastic, especially because I think we both know the Commanders are just probably the best offense to roll out against for any kind of fantasy skill players. All right, running backs, studs and duds. Okay, here we go. Speaking of Dak Prescott, yeah. Here we go. Yeah. All right. Here's my stud. Running back. Ready? One more shot at this. Zamir White. Okay? It's got to happen this week, or we can drop him. Good news. We get an answer. We get to know what to do with this guy because he's playing the Carolina Panthers. Don't worry about Andy Dalton. That doesn't affect Zamir White, okay? Here's the truth. He's done just enough with the amount of carries he's gotten and the yards and getting like the percentage of the snaps, just enough for us to keep him. And now we can drop him if he doesn't even meet his projection, 8.5 points. Okay. Yeah. Really, it should be 15. Really, I should be putting some pressure on this and say, get 15 points and we can move on. But no, I'm going to be extra kind to get 8.5 and then we can talk. But if you can't do that against the Panthers, I dump your ass. You're off my team. We're moving on. And we'll talk about whichever other waiver wires to get. Now, here's my dud. And this is not really what I should be saying, but I'm so wrong about this. I have such a bad feeling I'm wrong about this. But my dud is Kareem Hunt. I have such a bad feeling that if he plays, he's going to get like 20 yards rushing and like 10 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. I have such a bad feeling about this. But it's just logical, right? He's just joined the team and he hasn't even been playing this NFL season. So it just makes so much sense not to roll him out. I don't care what your injury lineup is right now with running backs. Don't start Kareem Hunt. Okay. However, if you got him, I think this is very good news for you. And I have one quick question. I want to spend a lot of time because I know we got to go through the rest of the studs and duds. But last episode, Noah, you said you're talking about which Chiefs running back should you get. You said, I don't really think you should drop Fab on any of them.
Yeah.
kind of want to break the fourth wall and ask, what made you change your mind? Because you dropped Fab on Kareem Hunt, $55. 55 on Kareem Hunt.
Was this in a dynasty league?
This was, and I wasn't sure if there was any particular reason for that, but I saw that I was like,
"No,
whoa!"
It was because we were in a dynasty league. It changed the season long here, and then maybe this reignites something in his career. That really was the play. I'm like, I have a very struggling team in that league, and I was like, you know what? Maybe he's a flex play at some point
he
for the
might
rest of the
be,
season.
though.
I will say I did pick up Carson Steele, however, did not spend Fab. He was a free agent after waivers cleared. I went, you know what? If he's free, I'll take the shots. There you go. Beauty. Yeah, no, I agree. It could be like 2 touchdowns and like 14 total yards. I think it'll be Carson Steele this week, though. I'll be surprised. I personally will be surprised if Kareem Hunt is even active for this week. He definitely will get caught up to speed, but we'll definitely see what happens there. Wide receivers, my stud is he's arrived. It's Jameson Williams. Oh, dude, I've never been so happy for a player to finally be in a place where he is just so relevant. He's at a 20% target share in each game this season. He is leading the team in end zone targets, and they play the Arizona Cardinals this week. And just that, here's a little thing if you want to take a look at things and think about, implied like team totals, how many points that, people think they're going to score, that sort of thing. The over under on all the sports books for this game is 51.5, the highest over under of the week of any game. So if this is going to be a game where there are points scored, Jameson Williams is going to be involved. So very, very much like Jameson Williams this week. My dud, it pains me to say it, but it's very true, and we need to just pump the brakes for a second here. We'll get back on the gas at some point, but Jaylen Waddle is my dud for week 3. It's disappointing. It's going to be a really tough go of things, I think, especially in this first week with Skylar Thompson at quarterback. So I'm a little bit worried. He historically in 3 games with Skylar Thompson is averaging less than 12 fantasy points. I think the Dolphins offense is going to get pretty simplified. My hope is, and your hope is, that he is a guy who gets a screen pass and takes it to the house, like that kind of thing. Like that, it's that short yardage, run after catch, that kind of thing, which has been his game. It definitely could, pan out that he gets, he has 2 catches for, 87 yards, and one of the catches was for 4 yards, and the other one was an 83-yard touchdown catch. Like that definitely could be an outcome, but I'm just not banking on it. If you have an option to move around, I unfortunately, this is a guy that I benched this week in favor of Ramondre Stevenson, because I was like, dude, come on, he's definitely gonna be that guy. So I don't know, I'm screwed anyway. So I'm gonna lose in that league. So anyways, here we go. But Jaylen Waddle is my week 3 dud at wide receiver.
I get it. Tough for all Miami skill players this week. Hopefully Tyreek and Devon can still be those elite guys. Studs and duds for tight ends. Here we go. Let's make a statement. Officially, the stud, until further notice, roll him out forever, is Brock Bowers. Okay? And I know this sounds a little obvious, like, duh, I mean, the guy has been the tight end 1 on the season. Why shouldn't I roll him out? No. Your other tight end is not as good as Brock Bowers. Okay? Your other tight end is not better than Brock Bowers right now. Well, I've got Travis Kelce. He's not better than Brock Bowers. Yeah. Okay? There are only 2 tight ends I think you can start over Brock Bowers. Trey McBride. He's actually kind of living up to his ADP and the hype, and he's doing well. And this week, Kyle Pitts is going to go off. Okay? The Chiefs are allowing a lot of points to tight ends. Isaiah Likely showed up, and Mike Gesicki showed up, and now Kyle Pitts hopefully will show up. Otherwise, Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, Sam Laporta are not better than Brock Bowers. You got to start Brock Bowers if you have him over whatever tight end you have. Yeah. And speaking of which, just for emphasis, because we already know this has been a bit of concern, my dud is Dalton Kincaid. And I'm sure by now you've gotten some tight end to help out in case he's not great. And I think we have reached the point where our hand is hovering over the panic button and we are ready to maybe drop him, maybe just leave him alone, maybe just try to trade him for, I don't know, a spork you found on the street. It's getting nervous, okay? But for now, bench him. Do not start Dalton Kincaid. Studs and duds going into week 3, baby.